is, let's see, year in business. That would be year of the business spotlight. That's Joe Cotton Ford, Paul Cotton, and we have the general manager here, Tracy, and I'm going to turn this over to Rick Geezer, who's headed this up.
Thank you very much. This year, we're doing the Year of the Business Spotlight. We're inviting local businesses to come in during the second meeting of each month, tell us a little bit about themselves. Today, we're very lucky to have a representative from Joe Cotton. It's Tracy Kahn, the Vice President of Joe Cotton. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Some of you already know me, but for those of you that don't, my name is Tracy Kahn. I've worked there for 35 of the 41 years that we've been open. I started out washing cars, and I worked my way into parts and service within a year. In 1983, I started in sales, and I quickly worked my way into being leasing manager. This is also where I met my wife, Pam, who's sitting right over here, and we've been married for 30 years. In 1989, Joe gave me the opportunity to become a partner, and I've been that ever since. Joe and Paul have always been generous with the local community, and we support the village, the Rotary Club, the Park District, the Chamber of Commerce, and the Women's Club. We were also given the Salute to Dealers Award from Ford Motor Company. Only 10 dealers a year get this award globally, and it's for involvement in their community, and we were one of those dealers. Also this year, we were given the Reader's Choice Award from the Daily Herald. This is the third year in a row. They've done it 3 years. We've won it all 3 years. Last year, we remodeled, as a lot of you that drive by can see, we remodeled the outside of the dealership, and currently we're working on remodeling the inside of the dealership. My wife Pam is the one that's actually heading up that project. And I want to thank the village for allowing me the chance to be here, and I know many of you are customers of ours, and we really appreciate your support. So thank you very much.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Tracy,
Wait a second, you're
just
not
a couple,
done.
when you're not done, we're going to ask a few questions.
Oh boy.
Now, you listed many of the things, and you are so charitable with the community. Has that been something that that the dealership has always been trying to do, to be involved in the community?
And actually, there's a great video, and Mindy probably sums it up the best. Joe came from very humble beginnings, and when he became very successful, he took it upon himself to do things for people who didn't have much money or were not well-to-do. Most of these people that we help typically don't become customers of ours because they're maybe too embarrassed to come back after. You know, we showed up for a charity event, and now I don't know if I want to go in there and be that same person coming in to buy a vehicle. So it was something that Joe instilled into all of us at a very young age. For me, I started there when I was 16 years old, and I know the rest of them started very young as well. So it was something that you learned very early, that, you know, don't take all of your success on yourself. You got this, and I don't want to sound like Obama here because he built this, so don't get me wrong. But make sure you're always giving back. And that's what I've always learned from Joe.
Well, I don't want to get into one of the things. I know when I first took office in 07 and 08, we had a big flood. And some of the people lost the cars that they had, and there was several of them, in fact. And I asked Paul if he would do me a favor and maybe find some cars at a reasonable price. He said, I'll let them use the cars for a month each. And he gave them 3 people cars to use. I found that to be absolutely astounding. As long as I've been here and have known Joe and Paul, I never would have thought that he would just do that and let them keep the car for 30 days. I said, I don't know if they're going to buy anything when they're done. They're going to need cars. He said, Frank, I don't care. So that's the attitude that you've had. That's what we like about Cotton Ford.
Right. Well, thank you very much. That's something that Joe instilled in us. You know, you do things for somebody not expecting something in return. And
Right.
so that's how I grew up.
Well, thank you. Anyone else?
Just, I am between Christmas sharing, Tracy mentioned a few, but he also didn't mention that any of the sports teams, cheerleaders, the 4th of July parade committee,
Car washes.
you want to do car wash, you come here. I'll give you the soap, I'll give you the buckets, I'll give you the water, all you got to do is sell tickets. Like the mayor said, you know, with the flood, they offered cars. When we've gotten bad winter snowstorms, they call up the police department and ask if they need any 4-wheel drive vehicles during the storm. You guys are unbelievable. You really are. You're not just a business in town, but you're just like a resident. And you guys are just here for us, and it's appreciated, and we always like you here.
Thank you for the
I
kind
look
words.
at you more as family, to be honest with you, and I don't mean that I mean that in a true way, more like family, because you don't care if they buy a car from you. It would be nice if they did, because some of the people sitting up here have bought a lot of cars. and
Oh, yeah.
I never saw banners put up there, and the numbers keep changing constantly. It's commendable what you do, and you never look for the credit for it. So we're glad to have you, and I'm glad that Trustee Geezer had you come in tonight.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you very much.